Alright, so I completed the Wayloon and Stormhorn's chains. I took my Saga XP, which was with my 10% bonus from ship buffs and Voice of the Master, 1,128,600. Unfortunately, I only had one skill tome from all my sagas, so all the rest I took as XP, which was good and bad. In some ways, it was kind of nice. I didn't have to run any more quests. On the other hand, I was really hoping to get a skill tome for Spot, Search, Disable, and Open Lock. I had Spot and Disable in my one saga that had one useful skill tome in it, and one was Spot. I'm hoping I have a +9 insightful disable device, and because it's search based or intelligence based, it's higher than my Spot, and so hopefully that'll work out. I don't think I'm going to blow up. I hope I'm not going to blow up any trap boxes, but I definitely want to get my skills up as good as they can be. So looking at my epic destinies, I started in Legendary Dreadnought or Unyielding Sentinel, moved over here, got 3 ranks, moved over here, got 4 ranks, then moved over here, got 3 ranks, moved over here for 1 rank, and moved over here and capped it. Then I went back and capped these 2 destinies, uh, and so now I have effectively the martial destiny completely capped, and I'm able to. I have enough karma in there to get a epic past life. I'm about 3 million short on my primal. I think I'll get that for my level 30 Reaper run, but if not, I'll just go back and do either run a little bit more in primal or get a martial past life instead. So when I get my sagas from Sharn and Ravenloft, I sure hope I get a skill tome. But if I don't get a skill tome, I'll probably start putting it into Fate Singer. Fate Singer is a really good destiny. One of the common things that people do is they take, uh, if they have a good charisma skill, they take Bound Fate and Grim Fate, which is based on the Perform skill, which is heavily based on the charisma. And it's a very good debuff, and there's just a lot of debuffs in the game that stack. And so it gives the whole party or the whole raid basically it makes it easier for them to take down bosses. So these are very common. In addition, Martial Hymn is a very common twist, tier 4 twist. It takes a lot of, pretty much we have to max out all our trees to be able to take it. But if we do that, it gives us +1 strength, dexterity, wisdom, 2 sneak attack dice, 20 hit points, 10 PR and MRR, 5 armor class, 10 melee and range power. Not bad at all for a twist. So this is, will probably be a twist at some point. And some people actually run in Fate Singer as basically raid debuffers. Uh, even paladins, even charisma-based paladins do that. So that's going to probably be the next destiny that I'm going to try to put points into or experience into with if we don't get any useful skill tomes in the next sagas. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take level 29 first. And now that I've capped out my 3 martial skills, I have Dire Charge, and that is a foe and nearby foes, so it's effectively like a cleave attack, extra weapon damage, and a chance of a stun. So it's 20 plus the highest ability modifier plus stun attacks. So my stats are not all that outstanding right now. I don't have any tomes. I don't have all that great a gear. But as I get that up, it's going to be a useful thing. All right, so that's Dire Charge, and then at 30, I'm going to get 2 feats, and I get a regular feat, and then it's called the class feat, but it's a legendary feat. And I'm going to take Blinding Speed simply because I don't know what sort of gear I'm going to have, and this gives me the ability to not worry about a speed item or a melee alacrity item. It also gives me +1 to my dodge, +1 to my saving throws, a little bit better movement speed. So I'm going to take this for sure. And then for legendary, I'm going to take would probably, this probably wouldn't be something I would take in a final build, but for this current life, I want to take Scion of the Ethereal Plane. It gives me lesser displacement and Ghost Touch. I thought that was Ghostly. We'll have to see if it gives me Ghostly. So that's 25% mischance from lesser displacement. 66 sneak attack dice, so when they're dire charged, I'll be getting that sneak attack dice. And then +5 melee power, +4 to all skills, invisibility guard. But the +4 to all skills is key. I want to be useful in these Reaper runs, and I think trapping is where I'll be the most, where part of where I'll be useful. And so I want to boost my skills up, and that's a good way to boost that up, along with the lesser displacement, not having to worry about getting that on gear, because that you can't get that from random loot. That comes on named items. I do have some armor uh, that has blur and ghostly, and so that's pretty good. But I think having that lesser displacement, gives me a lot of flexibility with gear. So again, this isn't probably normally what I'd want to take on this build, but for this life, I think it's the right thing for the Reaper run. And I'm going to just take a quick look at the auction house. I'm going to put it on pause while I head there. I'm just going to take a quick look at what's there for armor, because now that I have lesser displacement, I really would like to boost my PRR and MRR up. So I'm going to take a look at what's at light armor from 26 to 30. Insightful fortification is not too bad. Insightful combat mastery is actually pretty good because it makes my oh, actually no, not really, because this is going to give me an insightful bonus, so that will not stack. So this is going to be better, especially if I get my charisma up. That's going to be better than an insightful bonus. Uh, Nothing useful here. I do have a vitality 40 armor and a uh, insightful PR 17 armor, so one of those might work. Um, so that's about it. I'm going to kind of rummage through some of the gear I've saved and see if I have anything that improves on my gear. I think I'll probably just run with the gear I have for now and see how it goes. I don't think my Dire Charger is going to be good enough in Slave Lords initially, but once I get some gear, it should be pretty good use. Right now, I've got a Combat Mastery 8 item. In the Slave Lords chain, you craft basically a stunning 20, and so it's going to be 12 higher than my level 21 item. So once I get that, I think I'll be pretty much ready to go for 30s, including getting my stats up from that gear as well. So looking forward to running at 30. My plans have I pivoted a little bit because I tested out the Slave Lord chain and couldn't get the traps. Let me just go over. Actually, let me go back to the Fate Spinner real quick. I'm going to pause it. All right, so I'm going to manipulate my destiny, and I'm going to go for destinies. I'm going to try Fury of the Wild. There's 3 destinies that are good candidates. So Destiny 1 is legendary Fury of the Wild. This is what I'm going to start in. I like Fury of the Wild because I get +6 to my search and spot. Uh, I get some knockdown. I get increased Vorpal threat, which helps my Holy Retribution. And I get some melee power here, 25. I get improved criticals somewhere here, I think here. And so I like the Destiny, and plus, as a side benefit, it helps my spot and search, and a bonus to saves versus trap. So all good. Legendary Dreadnought, I think it was probably better DPS when I was in it than Fury of the Wild, but I never really got to run Fury of the Wild with this unbridled fury or with much time with Bloodbath. So I think Fury of the Wild is going to turn out to be really good as well. The other the other destiny that's a real possibility is if I have survivability issues, then I'm going to probably get forced into running an unyielding sentinel. I don't want to do that, but I get a lot of hit points. I haven't even reached this top tier yet, but that'll give me another 20% hit points. I get a bunch of hit points, a few hundred for being in these cores, and I get some other defensive benefits. So if I'm having trouble in the first Slave Lords chain, I might, for number 2, run it on Yielding Sentinel and just see how it goes. And then again, once I get my new gear, I'll switch back and forth and check how it goes. So those are the 3 destinies that are under consideration. Divine Crusader would have also been under consideration if I had leveled it up. I will next life, but this life I don't plan on leveling up in Divine Crusader. For twists, I'm going to go ahead and start with a level 1 twist in each and see how many points that uses up. So I got some bonus points at level 20. So they give you an extra twist. So I have 4 twists now, tier 1, and I actually could make this one up to tier 2. I can't make it tier 3, but I can make it up to tier 2. So I have a tier 2 and 3 tier 1s. So for sure for my tier 1s, I know I want Rejuvenation Cocoon. No question about that. I'm going to need Tactician. What's it called? It is called Technician. It's going to be down here. And that's going to give me +6 to my key rogue skills. And I'm going to want some defense. So I'm going to take Brace for Impact, which gives me +2 to my saves and 40% fortification. That leaves me with a +2 twist, and I think I'm going to take the Divine Energy because I think it really helps to be able to take that, even though it's a tier 1. So my twists are going to be Divine Energy, Brace for Impact, Technician, and Rejuvenation Cocoon. And I'm going to change my destiny to Fury of the Wild, which should give me a few extra hit points. I'm currently at 1131, and that gets me to 1256. So I'm now ready to go. Looking forward to now running at level 30.